Hey everybody, this is True Disciple bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. Today I am very happy to be bringing you a Zerg versus Zerg, and I just wanted to make a quick announcement before I continue with this matchup. I just wanted to let everybody know that I will be on vacation for the next 2 weeks. I'm going on a little personal vacation before I go to BlizzCon, and I am pretty excited about that. So I will be unable to cast as I'll be nowhere near my computer, as I think I mentioned in one of my previous casts. But tonight is the last night I'll be doing or uploading any casts. I should be able to post this one, of course, that you'll be watching now, and I might be able to post another one or two, but I'm unsure about that. So, but at any rate, anything that will be posted tonight, and after that I will be away for 2 weeks. But I'll be back after BlizzCon to continue casting some more games. So let's talk a bit about this game. Here we are with Splatto versus Yaz. Splatto playing the teal Zerg and Yaz playing the pink Zerg. Both of these players are top diamond players. Very, very good Zerg players. We've seen Splatto actually in a previous game that I cast, and he plays exceptionally well. And I haven't seen any of Yaz's games, I have to admit, but I have heard of him merely because he is a good player and he has had a lot of other games cast as well. So it'll be interesting to see how these players play and what they do. So a bit about the map. Personally, this is my favorite 1v1 map where there's just two spawn locations. It's my favorite small map, basically, and I really like it a lot with this easy to defend expansion with the small choke, but with the back door right here. You oftentimes see even Terran or Protoss walling this off to get an early expand completely. Protoss with two gateways can wall this off and do some early pressure, in particular against Zerg, and then break down this back door with some photon cannons here and make this their main entrance, as we've seen Orb do in a few games during the beta. So, but of course this is a Zerg versus Zerg, so enough of talking about Protoss. So here we see that Yaz has gone for this is definitely probably going to be a 12 pool or so, as he's at 14 supply now, and so he definitely went for early pool here. And it looks like Splatto went for a 14 pool himself. Yaz trying to throw down a spine crawler in Splatto's base before his spawning pool gets up, but Splatto doing the smart thing and just pulling off 3 or 4 drones to take care of this. So that's very smart of him. A lot of players panic when this happens. Obviously, this is a pro game, so you don't expect the pros, the top diamond players to make mistakes to harassment like this. So, but this is still effective because with one unit, he is able to keep 4 drones from mining. Granted that each time that he cancels, keep in mind that each time he cancels that spine crawler, that he is losing 25 minerals. So he lost 50 minerals during that harass, but he kept 4 workers from mining for a long time. Meanwhile, let's get back to this. He is spawning a spine crawler here, and he has 6 Zerglings here at Splatto's naturals, as Splatto did go for the fast expansion. And he's got 8 Zerglings here now, compared to Splatto. Splatto also has 8, but the spine crawler is about to go up, and all Yaz has to do is defend the spine crawler. If this spine crawler goes up, I don't think there's any way that Splatto is going to be able to deal with this, be able to hold his expansion, and that will be a critical blow to Splatto going through this early expo, while Yaz has his speed is about to be researched, and there's the spine crawler. It's up. I don't think there's anything Splatto can do to save this base now at this point. Let's bring up the protection tab to see what's going on here. We see that the metabolic boost is almost complete for Yaz, and he will be able to kite these other Zerglings around, even though Splatto does have more Zerglings now with the spine crawler. There's really nothing, I think, that can be done to save this hatchery, and it is going to go down. And we see that Yaz smartly pulling his units away so that they don't get attacked by these broodlings. There's no reason to lose any Zerglings to these broodlings. So, although he did bring them back in, I think he lost a few there, and that I don't think that was very smart. It would have been better for him to lose this spine crawler, as this spine crawler will eventually go down as this creep recedes. There's no reason to lose any Zerglings to that. He did the damage that needed to be done. He got the hatchery down, and here he goes. He's continuing to apply some pressure, but now I think Splatto has enough Zerglings to deal with this. And what's this? He looks like he has a Baneling nest up, and he is halfway researched with metabolic boost himself. He's got 4 Banelings being morphed in, and meanwhile Yaz is getting a Baneling nest of his own already so early into this game. So much action going on here, and here we see Yaz definitely trying to pull this spine crawler back to save it a little bit here. Meanwhile, the Zerglin coming in, scouting out what's going on, and getting killed by the queen with her long reach. But now he has seen the Banelings, and he's coming in, and look at that, losing a Baneling. really, when this happens, you really need to tell your banelings to stop, move, and not attack. And what's this being pinged? A spectator pinging here. Splatto trying to throw up a spine crawler back here, but Yaz just moving his spine crawler up a little bit closer to be able to deal with that. Meanwhile, these banelings are moving out, and it looks like Splatto has Yaz, has retreated from Splatto's main so that he can defend his own from this harassment. Because keep in mind that even if the spine crawler is able to take out this spine crawler, the spine crawler itself does, let's check how much damage, that does 25 damage. It would be able to take out quite a few drones, or at least stop mining for a while this spine crawler was able to deal with it, and that would definitely not be something that Yaz would want to happen, of course. So meanwhile, Splatto hanging out here. He has a bunch of banelings now. Let's check the units tab real quick and see what we got here. 7 banelings. Only 11 lings for Yaz compared to the 36 of Splatto. But Yaz very smartly sending out Zerglings one at a time to try to whittle down the number of banelings that Splatto has. And very smart. Look at that again. 1 baneling for 1 Zergling. That's a huge hit. I mean, keep in mind that you have to pay for the Zergling itself plus 25 gas and 25 minerals, so that's a loss of 50, or 25 gas and 25 minerals, 50 resources total. Let's check what's in the production tab here. Here, these banelings are coming in. Are they going to get big kills? Oh, I don't know if much died there. It looks like an even trade there. Let's check the units lost tab real quick and see what's going on there. So we see that Splatto has lost more, about 200 more resources worth of units, but he is morphing more banelings out here. He's got the contain on Yaz for the moment. He should be expanding right now, in my opinion, although it would be spotted by Yaz, but this spine crawler is about to go down. Meanwhile, moving in with these banelings, trying to get some kills. All the banelings, though, died to his banelings, and not a huge amount of harass here, but he might be able to take out this queen, which would be huge, but he is unable to, and I think some banelings just blowing up and killing all of Splatto's units there, and now he's at a deficit of, we're looking at, that was some amazing banelings right there, killing off a bunch of units of Yaz's as well. Let's check the income tab and see what's going on there. So, but Yaz still on top with 30 over 25, not that far ahead, and Splatto focusing. Splatto's actually ahead on the harvesting. I'm not sure how that is with the amount of drones available. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, there we go. As Yaz is starting to jump back up. I think it was just because he pulled his drones away from those banelings. He dropped down for a moment there. So I don't know what was canceled there. So what's going on here? This spine crawler about to go down. And in the meantime, it looks like Yaz is now throwing down his expansion. And Splatto needs to respond to this. He needs to either make his expansion himself, or he needs to do something and destroy this with some harass, with some Zerglings or something. So, but we see that the layer is already up for Yaz, and the spire is halfway complete, and meanwhile the layer is just finished for Splatto, and he does not have a spire going up yet, and he doesn't have enough to deal with any kind of muta harass. He has 1 queen in his main, and that's it, and he will not be able to deal with mutalisks once they pop out. So there he goes. He's throwing his spire up, but it's going to be too little too late unless he gets some kind of other. He needs either a second queen or a spore crawler or something to be able to deal with mutalisk harass, because he just can't handle, unless he can get in here and snipe this spire with some Zerglings, as we see for the unit count. Let's check the unit count real quick. We see there's only 2 Zerglings out, but only 4 for Splatto, so nothing being done there. So in the meantime, just these 2 lings hanging out here. Yaz's expo is now up, and here we see Splatto's expo is also up. Yaz with this overlord hanging out right over this expansion, seeing everything here. So he knows exactly what's going on. He knows about the timing of this. So, but I don't know if he knows about the timing of the layer, if he's been in here to check it out. Let's check. Oh, here we go with a little bit of harass here. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, nope. Nothing major going on there. Yaz losing one of his banelings, but here is a harass. But it's, oh my, the mutalisks are now out. And but will this harass kill a bunch of workers? Will it be able to? He's going for the queen. I think he will be able to take out the queen. He will take out the queen. That is a big hit for Yaz. However, now with the mutalisks out, he has been able to deal with all of these lings. However, that was a very smart play, I have to say, by Splatto, because the harass not only was it effective harass killing one of those queens, but it delayed Yaz long enough that he held back his mutalisks, that now Splatto is able to pop out some mutalisks of his own, as we can see here. Let's go back to the production tab. One more Mutalisk being produced for Splatto, and in the units tab we see that we have 5 Mutalisks for both players. So now both players on apparently even footing. Although Yaz does have, what is this? What do I hear? I hear some shots being fired there. Ah, yes, here we go. The Mutalisks going after each other here, and Yaz now forced to retreat as Splatto has more than him, and he's chasing him back to his base, trying to take him out and splitting off 4, looking like he's going to psych Yaz out, keep on chasing him with 1 to keep him running, and meanwhile send 4 to harass the natural. But they're going to turn around. Whoa, was that a clutch? Yes, it was. The Queen throwing down a heal on that Mutalisk real quick to help it out, because it was only 1 or 2 shots away from death, and Splatto forced to run away with that one and also bring his other Mutalisk back. And once again we see that Yaz is at 47 drones compared to 28. Splatto very far behind in the economy. Checking the economy tab, we do see that Yaz is getting, wow, he's getting a significant amount more resources. That's about 50% more or so resources than Splatto is getting right now in both Vespene and gas, and Vespene and gas, listen to me, gas and minerals, and that's going to be a huge deficit, as Splatto will have a much smaller army than Yaz very soon. In fact, let's check the actually army tab right here, and we see that Splatto is already a little bit behind, and we see that 92, but most of that is drones right there. In the army count, though, he's just a little bit behind, but soon, as we can see, that was a very quick jump right there, as he jumped another 400 minerals and 400 gas up as he produced 4 more Mutalisks. Meanwhile, this is a massive amount of Mutalisks. If we check the unit tab, we see that we have 14 Mutalisks compared to 10 for Splatto, and just a couple of Banelings as well. But Splatto coming back up and pulling out 12 Mutalisks total, so things are still pretty even as far as the army tab goes, but we do see that Yaz is sitting on a bunch of minerals right now, and I think he was just supply blocked, and he needed to get out some more overlords, supply blocking himself a bit there. Meanwhile, we see that yes, Splatto is definitely using up all of his resources as he gets them, macroing very well with what he has. However, he will fall behind just because of the amount of drone. The drone count is just enormous for Yaz right now, sitting on, oh, losing some drones there. I don't know what's going on. Oh, never mind. He's just throwing down some spore crawlers to help defend. Very smart play, throwing down 3 spore crawlers to help defend against any kind of Mutalisk harass that might come, and going for an expansion here. Meanwhile, here's some attacks here. Here we go. These destructible rocks being destroyed here, which is very smart, as he could definitely do some Ling harass here. It looks like he's going to try and do some Ling harass here, actually bringing in his Lings, going to harass the main of Splatto. But meanwhile, there is an attack going on here. It's pushing out, and let's keep an eye. Oh, there they go. The Lings are moving in. Lings are moving into the main base while there is an attack going on here, and there is a massive battle. Yaz pulling back his troops, but this attack taking out the Queen, I don't even know if Splatto is aware of this yet. Must be aware of it now as he hears attacks from drones. And here we go. Whoa, and just tons of Lings just dying there to a Baneling or two. I'm not sure how many there were, and this harass here just so effective. And there's the GG from Splatto, as he knows he just will not be able to come back from the deficit. And that was just an absolutely phenomenal game from these two players. Absolutely great play by Yaz with that harassment in the main while this battle was going on here, defending his natural. And overall, it was definitely the win for Yaz by being able to pick off Splatto's natural in the early game. With that harass, with that Spinecrawler and those Zerglings, and then being able to get his expansion up before Splatto was able to get his up, and then after that it was just all downhill from there. But Yaz playing extremely well considering he was behind in economy for so long in the game. Very good Zerg versus Zerg. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope I have time for a couple more casts before I head off for vacation. And if not, then I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.